Hello, lovely people. It's KP. Today we're playing The Sims 4, which is something I've been doing a lot lately. Seriously, I've logged 40 hours and I've only had the game 6 days. It's embarrassing. More than actually playing the game, I enjoy character creation and build mode, so I'm making a new household. It's going to be one person, and they're totally not based on me, but they're mentally ill and live with zero human contact, so make with that what you will. If you've seen my day in the life video, you'll know that I'm schizotypal, which is a personality disorder on the schizophrenia spectrum, which makes you do and think wild shit. Eden's particular vein of mentally ill feels pretty spot on, so Eden's favorite color is yellow because that seems like something a mentally ill person would say. Eden's gonna wear a bag over their head at all times because the voices said so. We're going to isolate Eden, the arrow ace, in the most romantic destination wedding location, and we're going to put their bunker on the edge of a gorgeous waterfall, and they're just never going to step foot outside. I only just started playing, so it took me a minute to figure out how to build underground, but I got there. On a whim, which is how Eden makes most of their decisions, I chose to build a spiral maze with yellow arrows in case Eden ever gets lost. Eden seems like a lover of modern art, so we're gonna give them some weird shit to look at. Obviously, everything they own has to be yellow, or else it's not going to vibe with Eden's spirit. I put Eden's bed at the center of the maze because it's where they feel safest and the furthest from potential social interaction. I laid down more arrows just in case. I then decided that Eden is going to have a weird fascination with clocks, and when I have enough money, I will fill the bunker with them, but this should be enough for now. There's no need for doors because they live alone, and that would be detrimental to the integrity of the maze layout. I decided that Eden is going to renounce technology, except for their cell phone because I literally can't take it away from them, so there's going to be no telly and no computer. I also randomly made Eden hate alt music, so they're going to listen to the eternal hum of silence. The halls are going to be lined with minimal lighting just because I don't want Eden to develop a fear of the dark. They already talk to people that aren't there. We don't need them creating imaginary monsters as well. Eden's home is as carbon neutral as I could make it because they aren't going to have a job. They're going to make money by growing plants, cooking things with them, and selling it, so they won't have a lot of money to throw around on bills, and I've already depleted their savings pretty sufficiently. Immediately, Eden realizes that the outside world is not for them, so now that the bunker is complete, it's time to send Eden away to live the rest of their life in solitude. As you can see, they already have a positive attitude 30 seconds into exile. We're going to have them change into their party clothes because renouncing society as a whole is a celebratory occasion. They're still uncomfortable, and I can understand why. The bunker is filled with their favorite color and devoid of other humans, so it should be their happy place. But once we got Eden doing something fun, they got into the spirit of solitude and began telling themselves a story. And then something horrible happened. The welcome wagon arrived. We put an immediate stop to that. Eden quickly acquired the logic skill, so I know that modern art is really paying off. Now that Eden is properly in the bunker, it's time to lock the door for everyone, including Eden. We don't want them to get any funny ideas about breathing fresh air. We're going to have to find some way to make money because we need to buy Eden a treadmill since jogging the halls of the bunker is not something they can envision for themselves. Understandably, Eden is feeling fulfilled because they're the only company they need. Unfortunately, Eden started feeling uncomfortable again because apparently there isn't enough yellow in the bunker. So we had them try on all their best yellow outfits, and they made the jump from uncomfortable to happy to flirty real fast. I sent them to admire their weird yellow painting to remind them that the bunker is decorated enough. I realized I didn't have enough for Eden to actually do inside the bunker, so I desperately perused the catalog for something I could afford after spending all of Eden's money on yellow stuff and settled on some books. Then I remembered that Eden won't be getting a job and they can't survive on quick meals alone, so I decided to invest in some garden patches. After realizing you can't put garden patches down indoors, I tried to see if I could trick the game into letting me do it if I put grass down first, but it was too smart for me there. So I sold a section of Eden's wall in order to afford an indoor-compatible garden pot. I've decided that Eden will eat nothing but mushroom-based foods. Eden was feeling flirty again, so I made them take a nap in their dumpster to remind them who they are. I then allowed them to sleep in their own bed because that made them very uncomfortable for some reason. But they were still uncomfortable when they woke up because there's still not enough yellow to appease the bastard. They still surprisingly couldn't afford a treadmill, so it was time to make meat substitute ad nauseum. They cooked until they literally broke the stove. After they fixed it, they wanted to take a break, but it was back to the mushroom grind. After they were done, they were very uncomfortable again for some reason. I found a pile of rubbish in the hallway, and I don't know how it got there, so naturally I had Eden scavenge for spare parts. Everyone knows sifting through refuse energizes a person like nothing else ever will. Not enough meat substitute. And then I realized one of the garden pots was growing carrots instead of mushrooms. We can't have that. More mushrooms. More meat substitute. After an energized shower, Eden somehow obtained the fitness skill, so their desire for a treadmill has now increased tenfold. We need more meat substitute to facilitate that. They cooked until they were very uncomfortable again, and the sim stats was lagging, so I didn't realize how badly they needed to urinate until they did so on the floor, so, yeah. But anyway, back to the meat substituting. They broke the stove again. Too much meat substitute. It has only been 3 days and they already have cooking level 4, which is great, but the only meal they can cook is meat substitute. That's all the meat substitute I can handle for now. Let me know if you want more Eden Harms videos in the future. God knows I have plenty of hours logged that I can upload. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment if you've got something to say. Subscribe if you're not, if you wanna. I do more than just The Sims, which is a lie. I really enjoy The Sims. It's the only game in my library I can play with zero brain power. I have other great games in my library that I want to play and that I've already started playing, but I have to record myself while I play them to get my in-the-moment reactions, and that requires more energy than I usually have. I must 1. Be in the mood to play the game, 2. Not be nonverbal at the time, and 3. Change out of what I was wearing the last time I recorded. It's a lot. Take your meds, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out.